If there's one thing the history of evolution has taught us, the CIA will not be contained. The CIA breaks free, it expands to new territories, and it crashes through barriers painfully, maybe even dangerously, but, well, there it is. There it is. I'm simply saying that the CIA, finds a way.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Whenever there is an unspeakable and unexplainable attack on the American homeland, the CIA tends to have something to do with it. Whether it's JFK's assassination, or September 11th, or the Oklahoma City bombing, or the attack on our two National Guardsmen on Thanksgiving Eve, leaving one dead and one in critical condition by an Afghan national, there's always a CIA connection. And ladies and gentlemen, we now know that this Afghan national was working for the CIA. Yeah. Now, somebody who should be so proud of this, and somebody who probably, I don't know, was the inspiration for this attack, we're not sure, was Alyssa Slotkin, who is also a CIA agent and senator from the state of Michigan, who won her election, of course, under mysterious circumstances in that red state. But Senator Alyssa Slotkin just released this week a video attacking our American military. Is the CIA staging another color revolution here on American soil? I mean, it sure as hell seems to be. Trump has to get this organization under control. Why hasn't the CIA revoked and field stripped Alyssa Slotkin for saying and using the name of the CIA in this video? Here in this video, Alyssa Slotkin says she is a member,
former CIA officer,
former CIA
former
officer.
paratrooper.
Okay, so what does she say then? She says that you should not follow orders. You must refuse orders, she says. Well, that's crazy. They say illegal orders. Well, what do you mean by that? They can't tell you. She's been asked in a million different interviews, have there been illegal orders? And she doesn't know what to say. Who wrote this script? Does the CIA write this script? You know, it's worth asking these kind of questions because now we are able to see the horrors that have been wrought on our nation by policies enacted by our deep state, collapsing the nation of Afghanistan. And that's what they did. They, on purpose, they let the nation of Afghanistan fail. They handed it over to the terrorists that we'd been fighting for 20 years so that they could bring over, doctors and engineers like this, who then go and kill American soldiers. And what do we know about the Afghan national who slaughtered American National Guard members? We know that he was working for the CIA. That is a matter of fact. Here we go.
More about the man whom authorities say was the lone gunman. DHS has identified him as 29-year-old Ramanullah Lakamal. He came to the U.S. on September 8th, 2021 under Operation Allies Welcome. Former President Biden launched the program to help vulnerable Afghans after the withdrawal of U.S. troops from the country. The president now calling for an evaluation of what he calls every single alien who came from Afghanistan, as he denounced this yesterday.
Worked for the CIA. Various government entities. Wow. Would you look at this? He even has a CIA badge. Wow. Look at that. Rank E5. This guy has a CIA badge. Look at that. The Afghan national terrorist who shot members of the National Guard and then was shot by the National Guard, the White House worked with the CIA as a member of a partner force in Kandahar, Afghanistan. Would you look at that? What is this exactly? You can see his face matches perfectly. Senior intelligence officials tells Newsmax that the bloodthirsty terrorist served for more than a decade under 3 U.S. presidents as a paid killer of Taliban jihadists for the CIA counterterrorism units. He was good at what he did. Oh, okay. He was good at killing. So let's bring him to America. President Trump confirmed this.
Officials say that the suspect worked very closely with the CIA in Afghanistan for years, that he was vetted, and the vetting came up clean.
He went cuckoo. I mean, he went nuts. And that happens too. It happens too often with these people. You see him. But look, This is how they come in. This is how they're standing on top of each other, and that's an airplane. There was no vetting or anything. They came in unvetted, and we have a lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out, but they go cuckoo. Something happens to them.
Your DOJ IG just reported this year that there was thorough vetting by DHS and by the FBI of these Afghans who were brought into the U.S. So why do you blame the Biden administration?
Because they let them in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. And there's a law passed that it's almost impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and they were unvetted, they were unchecked, there were many of them, and they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And if you look, you'll see there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in, not to certify them, so to speak, once they come in. And they came in, and they shouldn't have come in. And frankly, the whole thing was a mess. The whole Afghanistan situation was a mess. It should have never taken place. If we're going to go out, and we would have gone out because I had everybody ready to go, we were going to go out with strength and dignity and precision. And we would have left from Bagram, and we would have kept Bagram, by the way, because of its very close relationship to China and where they make their missiles. But when you let the people come in by the thousands and thousands and thousands.
Trump nailing it. There. What do you mean vetting? Like, what are you talking about vetting? What level of vetting is going to ensure that someone who is from a culture that is incompatible with Western society, that is a matter of fact, that is a matter of provable fact. There's a matter of fact through welfare data, through data for crime, that is a fact as a function of like self-reporting. These are not societies that believe in free speech. These are not societies that believe in universal rights. These are not societies that believe in separation of church and state. These are not societies that believe in any of the cherished doctrinal beliefs of the left that they claim to hold dear. Feminism. They don't. It's totally suicidal. It's degrading our nation for power for the left. And it must stop. I'm sure Alyssa Slotkin being a CIA and the killer being CIA is just a coincidence. That's right. Turns out the killer and Slotkin both have extensive CIA ties. What a shocker. Yeah. National Guard opened fire on attacker. National Guard shooter served in a CIA death squad. Okay. DC killer mentally disturbed by casualties his unit caused. Oh, okay. It's a really great idea to just bring them over here. So we brought over this trained killer and mercenary, but we left our dogs. Leave the dogs and bring back the trained killer and let him loose on the streets of DC. Incredible. I wonder what could have possibly motivated the CIA asset to shoot members of the National Guard in DC. I wonder what could have given him the political permission slip to do such a thing. Does Alyssa Slotkin have any thoughts on this? Let's go ahead and listen to the messaging that Alyssa Slotkin has to tell her CIA agents in the field, right? There are no coincidences. CIA-aligned Seditious Six released their video. An intel agency leaks Witkoff conversation. The CIA-aligned Afghan national shoots 2 National Guardsmen. We are in a color revolution. That's exactly right. Worked with the CIA. Charlie making the prediction that they let Afghanistan fail in order to bring hundreds of thousands and flood America and to change the body politic permanently. Charlie, proven right yet again. We must immediately expel as many Afghans as legally possible. CIA Director John Ratcliffe said the suspect came to the United States after working with the U.S. government, including the CIA. The suspect drove from Washington State to allegedly commit the attack. 29-year-old charged with firearm possession, 3 counts of assault to kill. Bureau identified 2 service members. They will be seeking the death penalty. Glad the CIA wished us all a happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, I don't know, man. Seems pretty creepy. To me, there's a long and very well documented history of the CIA using assets to overthrow foreign governments, so why is it absurd to imagine that the CIA wouldn't use their assets to do something like this on American soil? They tried and failed multiple times to sabotage Trump. It's just a coincidence that the Afghan Muslim trained by the CIA was blocked from the White House. How many more Muslim CIA assets are in America? And are they listening to Alyssa Slotkin? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just tell me if this CIA asset messaging out to other CIA assets seems a little bit creepy to you. Here we go.
A lot of people got upset about the video. And let me just say, they are trying to wield fear.
These videos coming out of places like Chicago, it makes me incredibly nervous that we're about to see people in law enforcement, people in uniform military get nervous, get stressed, shoot at American civilians. It is a very, very stressful situation for these law enforcement and for the communities on the ground. So it was basically a warning.
They are trying to wield fear.
Look, if you're going back to Nuremberg, right?
This is about who we are as Americans and how we're going to engage with people who we disagree with. They don't want to be talking about the deployment of the military in our streets, the deployment of federal law enforcement in our streets.
We're about to see people in law enforcement, people in uniform military get nervous, get stressed, shoot at American civilians.
They don't want to have that public conversation because they know it goes to the heart of who we are as Americans, as a democracy.
Senator Alyssa Slotkin, former CIA officer,
want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community can refuse illegal orders. But whether you're serving in the CIA, know that we have your back. We need you to stand up for our laws. Don't give up the ship.